Hello, everybody, and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Matthew W. Quinn's The Atlanta Incursion. Now, this is the second book in what he is calling the Long War series, and it is the first one was, of course, The Thing in the Woods, which I've already done a review for that, and I will leave a link to that review down in the description. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that Matthew wanted me to read this and do another review, since when he sent me the book, The Thing in the Woods, one of my things about the review that I said for that particular book was that I didn't really care too much about the characters. I didn't care what happened to them. I didn't care whether they lived or died. So it kind of surprised me when he did send me this new book to review. And of course he sent it to me as an email, and the title, it should have already popped up on the screen by now. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get underway. I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis for the book, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. So here we go. James Daly thought he was safe at college after defeating small-town cultists and their otherworldly master. He was wrong. Although the Thing in the Woods is dead, there's more to this world than just one monster. James Daly faced a murderous coven and the otherworldly horror they worshipped in the woods outside small-town Eddington, Georgia. And though there was a price to be paid, he came away triumphant. Now dating fellow survivor Amber Webb, he's attending Georgia State University with his best friend Eli Schwartz and doing his best to forget the bloody events of the previous summer. But just in time for Amber to visit one October weekend, the nightmares plaguing him begin invading his waking hours. Something far more sinister than post-traumatic stress may be afoot, especially when the mysterious man in black, who'd made James an offer he couldn't refuse, returns. Meanwhile, reluctant Edgewood jackboy Javion Jackson joins more hardened gang members in an ambush of the Boulevard Crips, only to find his companions dead and himself a prisoner of sadistic extraterrestrials. The four are about to be dragged into an interstellar conflagration deep in the heart of downtown Atlanta, and not all will come home alive. This is the second book in the Long War series. Okay, so this being the second book, and he does plan to have more books, I can't really go too far into detail about the events of the book. Of course, it already has said that it does involve extraterrestrials, it does involve the men in black, it does involve the Greys, as they call them, and you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the ones with the kind of almond-shaped heads and the bug eyes and everything. Only these Greys are not your friendly little Greys that you see on bumper stickers and on, you know, any number of sci-fi conspiracy things and stuff like that. No, these Greys are absolutely vicious. I mean, we're talking about Nazis torturing Jews, vicious. We're talking about slavers torturing slaves, vicious, that kind of vicious. And the one thing I will say about this book is, like I said, I did not care what happened to the characters in the first book, and that's not true this time. I cared a lot about what happened to the characters in this book. The character of James Daly, the young man from the first book, he's actually turned out to be quite the badass in this. And another favorite of mine has got to be his girlfriend, Amber. Now, you're talking about somebody that takes no crap from anybody, takes no prisoners. She is total badass in this book. And as well as the new character, Javion Jackson. Javion has something done to him that is absolutely horrific, and he still just fights on. And so the action in this book, as opposed to the action in the first book, is way more sci-fi. The first book, you could compare it to cosmic horror, but now the events of the second book, you kind of find out that that's not the case. And I'm not sure I don't mean to interrupt, but my phone, as I'm filming this, I keep getting these little flashes of brightness. I'm not really sure why it's doing that, so I hope it doesn't come through on the camera itself. Anyway, the first book, The Thing in the Woods, you got more of a cosmic horror feel because you weren't really sure where this creature, this thing in the woods came from. All you know is that it's huge. It eats people. It's got tentacles with claws on the ends, but you're really not sure of its origin. In fact, I compared it to H.P. Lovecraft's Shub-Niggurath, the Black Goat of the Woods. Now reading the second book, you find out that this thing, and I don't think this is a spoiler, you find out this thing is actually called a kraken, just like the aquatic creature, and you find out more about it, a little bit more about its home world, and the fact that it is in a state of war with the Greys, the aliens I was telling you about earlier. So yeah, overall, the Atlanta Incursion is a hell of a lot better book, and that's nothing to be said about the first book. The first book, like I said, I gave it I gave it a 3-star rating. I'm giving the Atlanta Incursion a 4.5-star rating because it is elevated the first book to another level, to a better level, if you want to say, and the action in this one is just so much better than the action to me in the first book. So yeah, that being said, this is my review for the Atlanta Incursion. Now, I'm not sure how many books are going to be in the series, whether there's going to be just a trilogy, whether he's going to keep on going with it, but I'm looking forward to it, and I do hope that he actually considers, I do hope that Matthew Quinn actually does consider sending me the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever books, because if he wants me to read them, he wants me to review them, I would be happy to. So again, that being said, the Atlanta Incursion, Book 2 of the Long War series, 4 stars out of 5. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit quieter right now. It is, I just woke up about an hour ago, and there's still some of my other family, my wife and my sister-in-law are still sleeping, so I want to try to keep it quiet. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye.